Hey everyone. So it's been a long time, but welcome back to the next episode of what I'm going to do with the Kawasaki three-wheeler here. Hey, so since the last episode, I have been kind of putzing it around a little bit. I recorded some other footage that I was going to use for a second episode already, and then my hard drive on my computer died, so I don't have that footage anymore. The footage included making this little plywood seat here and then screwing these old lawnmower fenders to the side. I don't know if that's going to be permanent or what, but I wanted to keep the mud off of me while I was riding it, so whether temporary or permanent, that's what I put on there. So the next thing is I've determined that it has pretty bad compression and it was having a lot of struggles running once the engine got warm. So I think I've decided to pull the engine out of there and do a top end rebuild on it. So today what we're going to do, I'm going to start off by trying to get I think the bottom of the frame comes off so that the engine can come down and out. So I don't think it's going to fit out of here any other way with the way the frame is shaped. So I think that what I'm supposed to do to get the engine out of there is take the bottom of the frame off and pull the engine down. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. We're going to see how that works. Let's get to it. I'm going to flip the three-wheeler over on its side and lay it like that while I work on it, because that's going to be easier to get at the underside of the engine. Okay, first thing I'm going to try to take off is the bolts holding the foot pegs and the skid plate. So it looks to me like the next thing to remove is going to be this plate here on the front. Alright, next I'm going to unplug all of my electrical things that are hooked from the engine to the frame. Okay, this can stay with the frame. Now the engine is free. Now I'm going to roll it till I find the master link in the chain and unhook that. Alright, the engine is unhooked from the chain now. I'm going to put the master link back in so I don't lose it. Next, I think I'm going to pull the clutch cable off. I don't remember how this goes on, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to need to pull off this side plate in order to get the clutch cable off, actually. Okay, well, that means I'm going to have to drain the oil. There it goes. Okay, well, I know what's wrong with the engine now. Look at that poor piston. Look at that thing. Oh, that's horrible. And this second ring here is stuck. It's not expanding at all whatsoever. So I was having horrible compression from a stuck ring. This ring seems to be moving around still just fine, but even the oil ring isn't expanding at all. The oil control ring here, it barely comes out of its slot. So not only were two of the rings on this ruined, but look at that piston. Oh, that side is worse. That is horrible. It shredded something. In fact, whatever it was is what damaged that ring. Let's see if I can actually focus my camera. There we go. It damaged the piston here and the ring. Oh man, that's nasty. All this definitely happened long before I had this machine, because I would have heard or felt that if it had been in the cylinder when I tried to start it. And of course, let's see if I can focus the camera again. This cylinder has a lot of scraping. I don't know if it's going to be usable. Gonna have to look into that and see what I can find out. I'm amazed this thing ran as well as it did, but I'm no longer surprised that it had the problems it had. Well, hopefully I can get this thing running at all. The engine might be pretty well ruined.